This video is to show you how to upload assembly build in two different ways when using CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite. First way is to upload a standalone assembly build, and then the second way is to upload an assembly build from a work order. Before we go through these scenarios, just take a look at these fields we will need in order for us to upload new assembly builds. For demo purposes, I've created two assembly build templates with varying fields. Let's click on Edit Template for Assembly Build Upload to see what fields we have added there. The fields on the standalone assembly build template will have subsidiary, item, quantity, and location in the header level. The component fields on this template is optional, but I will use it for reference to ensure we have the correct member items returning from NetSuite. Let's click on Edit Template for Assembly Build from Work Order to see what fields we have added there. The fields for the assembly from work order template will have the same fields as the standalone, but one additional field is called created from. We will use that work order ID as the reference transaction. In the first demo scenario, I'll create a assembly build using the assembly build upload template. In this demo, I'm actually going to use two different items. I'm going to use the Elite and the Pro gaming computers, and I'm going to insert that in column D. I'm going to add quantity of 1 for each of the items. And for the location, I'm going to add Boston. So in the right hand side, you can see that there's a pick list. I'm going to select Boston and I'm going to repeat it for the 2 rows. So once we have all that information in the header level for item, quantity, and location, we're going to go down to the update button on the bottom right hand side and click on it, and it's going to bring us to the Upsert All Records. So once we click on that, you're going to see 2 internal IDs show up in column B. So once we have the internal ID, we can actually go down to the refresh button. And once we're in the refresh button, it's going to allow us to refresh all. And once we click on refresh all, it's going to return all of the information from the component list or the member items from the assembly items. In the next demonstration, I'm going to reference work orders that's already inside of NetSuite. So as you can see, there's 2 work orders for the Elite and the Pro gaming computers. So starting from the work orders, I'm going to copy the work order IDs and I'm going to paste it into the created from on the assembly build template. I'm going to add the quantity of 1 for each of the assembly build, and the location I'm going to add Boston again and repeat it. And once I have all the information for the created from, quantity, and location, I'm going to go down to the update and select Upsert All Records. And once I do that, it's going to upload 2 records into NetSuite and generate the internal ID in column B. So as you can see, the internal ID returns in column B. I can go down to the refresh and select refresh all records. And once I do that, it's going to return all the information for the 2 different assembly builds that I've just created. Thank you for watching this video on how to create assembly builds with CloudExtend. If you need further support, you can submit a request to support.cloudextend.io.